Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 9 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone's having a great day, safe day. It's a TGIF, folks. Let's make it a great one. Let's take a look at one of our 4 agreements. To begin a great relationship, know what you want. Know what the needs of your body are, what the needs of your mind are, and what fits well with you. There are millions of men and women, and some of them will make a good match for you and others won't. The two of you only need to be like a key in a lock, a match that works. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We had the Dow up 3 points, NASDAQ up 7, S&P's up 3, gold contract up $3, trading at $1,333 an ounce. Silver down 16 cents at $19.98 an ounce. Platinum off 19 bucks at $1,430 an ounce. Copper down 8 pennies at $3.10 a pound. Light sweet crude off 81 cents, trading out at 104.68. Bonds up 22 ticks at 134.22. King dollar down 283 ticks at 81.77. The euro down 3 at 132, and the yen off a penny at 98.26. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. It was called, folks. Want to know what's going on in your world? In the world of the S&Ps, let's take a look. And what do you have? You have a cash S&P out here at 1690. 1690, of course, is still over the benchmark of the 22nd. That is 1687. And bottom line, you get a nice hanging man up here on a weekly basis, folks. And what is that? What is a hanging man? What a hanging man specifically is that on a candlestick charting, you go to a higher high, you're at the top of an uptrend, and it finishes at the uptrend. You can say that it looks bullish, but it's bearish. You go to the Dow Industrials. We take a look at the Dow Industrials, same setup. And it's a beauty, too, in the Dow Industrials. What you have in the Dow Industrials, and that's on the daily and on the weekly. On the daily, we closed at 15,558. That is over the benchmark high. That's on the daily. You got a hanging man. And what you have here, folks, is this. This is pretty cool. Is that the 22nd, on a weekly basis, so this is what you have. On a weekly basis, the 22nd was a doji. This is of May. That's when we went from 15,500 down to 14,500. Now what you've done, you've tested the hanging man with the doji. So bottom line, it's a bearish occurrence. And there's no doubt, you have a higher market today, whether it's by a point or whatever it's by. We've been at the same place right now for 2 weeks. NASDAQ Composite. What you have with the composite is this. The composite up $7 out here today. Composite did 1.69 billion shares versus the 2.1. Composite's pushing into that last high being the 36.24 area. If we take a look at the SPY, what you have with the SPY is this. The SPY did 95 million shares on the daily basis. We look on the weekly basis, this is what we have. We are at 169.11, which got over the high, which is 169.07. We did that with 480 million shares versus 788 million at that high, versus how we come down with 1 billion. Okay, so how's the correlation shake out? Well, when you do have a higher high and you close at a higher high, it can get higher. This is the second week in a row, however. This is the second week in a row that we haven't had any movement. Last week, the movement inside the SPY of the S&P, 167 to 169. This week, same setup, 167 to 169. Gold contract. We go over and take a look at the gold contract. This is what we have with gold. Gold contract rejected lower price once again out here today. We got down to 13.11, which was pretty cool. Had a couple spikes down. Those spikes were coming into other high volume spikes. Rejected that price. Finished flat, up $3 actually. What you have with gold, folks, is that gold is building cause to get into that 1385 area. And today's a big day, by the way, for gold. Why? Because you're into a Friday. Inside of Friday, you can absolutely smoke gold. Why? Because you're coming over the weekend. Markets close in the U.S. As the markets close in the U.S., folks, they don't open until Asia, 6:30 Eastern Standard Time on Sunday night. Bonds. What we have with bonds is this. Not big price spread out here today, 188,000 contracts, but bonds are staying in not a higher range, but they're not in the lower range right now. Bonds are building costs to get into we're at 134. That's building costs to get into the 142 area. Now, let's go take a look at King Dollar, because this one's an intriguing one, and this is what it is. King Dollar, a Tiger Gottlieb is at 81.30, and this is a beauty how it's set up. King Dollar came down to 81.64. Did it with dramatically lighter volume. When we're talking about, first off, King Dollar first took a, so what happens with a Tiger Gottlieb, folks, is that you have a break top side first. This is a Tiger Gottlieb buy. You have a break top side first. Then you do A to B equals C to D. As you're going the C to D, you actually break the swing point and you break it with lighter volume. So don't confuse this with an ABC structure. You break it with lighter volume. Then what ends up happening is that you're going into the breakout area with lighter volume, and that's the buy. And that's exactly what we have here. The swing point on the way down had 52,000 contracts. We broke that swing point with 32,000 contracts. We had 25,000 contracts today, and you're coming into 57,000 contracts. Beautiful setup. Now, what does it mean? It means that you can go long the dollar here. You get a stop, in this particular case, you're at 81.77. You get a stop under 80.61. And you're gunning for the highs out there, which is 84.98. So it's going to be wild watching this whole thing shake out, meaning inside that dollar, and, in fact, is it going to be able to get some traction topside. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. Want to know what's going on in your world. In the world of those S&Ps, of course, what you have is that we're at 1690. And bottom line is no juice up at this level. What we had inside the NDX today, the NDX, we had Amazon putting some juice into it. Activision put some big juice into it. Activision was up $2.28. Starbucks was up $5 at 73. Alexa Pharmaceutical was up $4.90. And Akamai was up $2.04. Getting smoked, and this is, conducive to a market when gap downs. We've had quite a few of them in the last 3 weeks. Expedia just got absolutely taken apart. It was down $17 at 47 cents. Vertex Pharmaceutical was down $6.91. SanDisk was down $3.54. And Micron Technology was down 70. If we do go over to Expedia and you take a look at it, what you're going to see is that not only a gap away with vicious volume, you had price spread, you had all of the above. In 6 hours, what you had happen here is that Expedia gave back 1 full year. That's as intense as you get. And if you're watching Expedia, what you had is this: Expedia had volume all the way up until the 57 area. That was from July of last year. All from July of last year, folks, coming right across this year. No volume, big distribution. And if you had Expedia, you did have a chance to get out of it, because when we came off those highs in February, we came down, and we came down with some volume. We had made a high out there with 3.2 million. That was in February. You came off that high, and it came off that high with 6 million, and then went back up and tested it last week with 2 million. So first high out there, 3 million. You came down with 6. You tested it with 3, and then forget it. You had 11 million coming off that on the weekly basis. And what you have at Expedia right now, the way that is set up, that little baby is going to be running down to 42 to 30. And it looks to me, I suspect what you have with Expedia is that, you got AWAY. They're getting good business out there. That was down $1.70 today, but they're getting good business out there. You have TRIP, T-R-I-P. There's other companies that are definitely getting some decent business and taking Expedia's business away. Let's go to Scott in Pelham. Hey, Scott, what's going on?
Not too much, Tom. How are you?
I'm doing great, man. You ready for a good weekend?
Oh, yeah. It's at least the heat's gone away for a bit, so it's good.
Perfect. That's good, man.
I just heard you talking about going long the dollar, and the UUP is, I guess, the ETF that would trade along those. But when I look at that one and EUO, they both look like decent trades.
Yeah, you stay right there. We'll come back.
Okay.
We'll talk about that. This is Tom O'Brien. This is TFNN. You stay right there, folks. We have the Dow up 3, NASDAQ up 7, S&P's up 2.5. We're going to be coming back with our man, Mr. David White, our technology expert right here at TFNN. We're going to be right back.